Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you can see by the title of today's video, I'm here to show you, teach you every dribble move you need to know in NBA 2K26 as a point center, aka builds that are around 6'10", 6'11", maybe even 7 foot for some of you guys as well. So, I want to get straight into this. I'm going to show you guys the sigs. I know what you're here for. I do encourage you though to watch the remainder of the video and kind of see me in action. I want to really show you guys the way I utilize a lot of these dribble moves and just the way I've kind of been hooping like crazy on this game for that matter. But I'm here to show you guys everything. I'm here to show you the jump shot, the dribble moves, the layup packages for that matter as well. So let's go ahead and get you a nice look at that and even the motion style as well. Now I don't know this for a fact. I'm waiting on Toots to drop a video on like the motion style tests and stuff like that for the bigs. But for the most part, everything else has been fine-tuned. I gotta tell y'all, you're gonna see a lot of nasty clips moving forward of my build. But in today's video, it's most specifically the dribble moves that you're gonna see. Now, the reason I say this is for the point centers like the 6'10", 6'11s and stuff like that, even footers in some cases, is that a lot of the sigs that you're gonna see me overuse like a ton in this game are the pro sigs. So like pro crossover, pro behind the back, pro step back, you're gonna see me do this a ton. KD, for instance, as well, 70. As I said, pro step back, boom, 70 as well. KD escape moves, 70. Julius Randle breakdown combo is like one of the few things that I'm running that has a 75 ball handle requirement, and this is for like getting cheesy, getting into that dead zone as a standing dunk build. Hey, I'm not here to lie to you guys. I've done that in the past in previous games. I still have yet to actually like test it a lot on this game because I don't really feel like the standing dunks are so crazy. But hey, I just, you know, it's something for the breakdown combos, right? We're not going to use that too often otherwise. But anyway, yeah, crossover, behind the back, step back. Those are the three moves that we're going to be using a ton. The hezzy and escape moves are decent for the standstill, and then I somewhat use the KD sig size up, but that is a 70 ball handle requirement as well. So yeah, just keep all that stuff in mind. Now, Giannis dribble style, 55 speed with ball requirement, but with that 68 speed with ball and the bronze lightning launch, oh my goodness, does it move. And you're going to see me, obviously, you know, I'll show you guys this too in case you haven't seen in the other build videos and stuff that we've done of this, but the gold lightning launch that I have, +2 on the bronze all the way up to gold, and also, not to mention, something else that I really utilize as well is the speed with ball takeover. I have the custom takeover and it gives me +15 speed with ball when I'm on take. You're gonna see me, fellas, with some clips in this video when I'm on two-way tenacity and full takeover of +15 speed with ball. I might be working out here with 99 speed with ball on a 6'10 with gold lightning launch. Get that through your head for a little bit, right? The build's insane. I have to say that much because the Giannis dribble style I think is the best one in the game. Now, a quick tip for you guys, I would recommend run your favorite takeovers in the slot 2, 3, and 4. For whatever reason, sometimes number 1 gets bugged and it just inserts a random one there. I would not recommend to put something here that you actually like a ton and then just run preset 4 as you can see in that right side. If you press Y over to preset 4, boom, it's gonna be exactly on that by default on every park game you play. And you can change it to, you know, other ones that you like for specific, you know, changes and stuff like that at different times. And then let's also get you guys into the jump shot. You're not gonna see a whole lot of jump shots in this video if you want to see me like, you know, spraying threes or something like that. The last video I just posted of showing me even just putting shooting on this build in general is showcasing that a lot. But I know a lot of y'all were asking for it, so let's go ahead and show it to you. I asked the 2K Labs, you know, Twitter page. I'm pretty sure it's Matt that runs it. If it's okay if I post this because I did get my jump shot straight off 2K Labs. I told him I'd plug them really hard right here though. So hey, shout out to the labs. If you want to check out the premium and see all these custom jump shots for yourself, use code Laker at checkout for 20% off as well. And you can get a nice little discount on that. And they have some really huge information, fellas. And that's why I was able to just yoink one of their jump shots straight off the site and run it myself. No labbing or anything like that. You know, I mean, I'm sure some of you guys are interested in stuff like that, but I just wanted to go with something that had, and you know what? I'm gonna redact that. I can't tell you the reason that I chose this jump shot, but if you want to see things like that, you'll actually be able to see this specifically on the page of why I did choose this. So anyway, it's Isaac base with KD and Dirk uppers, and you're going to see it's a 75% blend of Dirk, 25% KD with max speed. So yeah, it's a lower requirement as well. You don't necessarily need a super high three-pointer for it, just 72. And yeah, I mean, man, it's been really good for me. I can't say anything more than that. All right, so we have got a ton of slasher clips right here, and let's just get into them and show you guys this stuff. So, hey, that half spin right there, simple. You just flick, obviously, from like, you know, the bottom right of your stick all the way up to the top. Stuff like that, right? I mean, easy enough. Now, I'm not a controller cam guy. Unfortunately, the Xbox stuff seems to be really a little hard to set that stuff up as well compared to what I used to be able to do. But I just want to pretty much tell you guys a lot of the inputs, and it's going to be as simple as like crossover is flick directly to the right on your right stick. You know, behind the back is down diagonal. on your right stick. And I say this as in like through your offhand, so like crossover. You guys know. I mean, you should know the majority of this stuff. But if you don't, I will want to explain it like as we get into a little bit more of the clips as well. So let's get past a little bit of this self-lob stuff and just boom, get into some actual clips of showing you guys playing the game, right? So that step back Annie is like what I'm really going for in a lot of these clips. You're gonna see me in transition, and I can do it while running downhill, and it's gonna be a snatch back animation that you can still speed boost out of toward your new ball hand as well. So when I'm running to the left and someone's cutting me off on that left downhill movement, I just simply snatch it back and it flips the ball back into the right hand, and now I just am able to get a whole new direction and a whole new angle toward the paint. And as you can see, speed boosting super crazy into the paint. Boom, 360 meter dunk. I mean, man, it's been pretty wild. Again, snatch back from the standstill position right there, and again into that meter dunk. Dude, like, I don't know what to tell you other than like the pro sigs are disgusting. Giannis dribble styles are disgusting, and then I'm a 6'10" that sometimes has up to 83 speed with ball, or even more than that when I have takeover. Look at this. We're hitting a couple of step backs back to back to back right there, and then into the crossover when I finally see a crease. So I'm just going boom, you know, step back here, step back there. I see he's adjusting to each time I move this, so I'm literally kind of spamming it for that matter. And now when I finally feel like I see a crease to hit that crossover, boom, straight into that, and there you go. So as far as the stick inputs, once again, this is going to be just holding RT the whole time, sprint to ball hand, down on right stick, sprint to ball hand, down on right stick, sprint to ball hand, and then right here when I finally decide to do the crossover, you're going to be holding RT and just flicking directly to the left on your right stick, and boom, there you go. Big pro cross right there. I don't even think I'm going to be running Giannis crossover when I get it, to be real with y'all. This pro cross is just so nasty, and again, the really disgusting thing too is that you can get ankle breakers like crazy on the step back animation. You're going to see it a lot. Now that right there, I do want to detail a little bit. To do this big bursty downhill behind the back, you have to do a prefix animation. So like you have to essentially do a hezi right there. Is I just flicked to the left on my right stick into then flicking down diagonal to the right on my right stick, and it gave me the big burst behind the back right there. And then as you can see, self lob, that's X and Y at the same time, or your shoot button and your rebound button at the same time, if you will, for PlayStation. Hey, I've told y'all I don't really know the PlayStation controls off the top of my head very well. And as you can see, we are throwing them self lobs for sure. Poster machine takeover, by the way, if you're wondering why I don't have to time them or anything like that. It's pretty cool. It actually doesn't work entirely yet as far as the contact dunks. It's for some reason blended into blur for all we know. I have no idea why, but anyway, that's besides the point. I hear they're going to be fixing that at some point, at least fixing post machine. I don't know what they're going to do with blur, but anyway, right here, blowout dribble. If you want to know how to do the blowout, you just flick up on the right stick while sprinting. That's in pair with the Giannis dribble style, and you'll get that right there. Now you can cancel it a little bit. I want to warn you guys about the blowout dribble. You don't want to spam it too much. I did it right there as well, as you can see, but you don't want to spam it too much. It's very bumpable, and you get stuck in an animation for quite some time. You can cancel it about right now and do either, let's say, a behind the back to the right. You can do a snatch back right here, and it'll put in your right hand as well. Long story short, it's a dangerous dribble move, but when you have a super amount of like open court ahead of you, you can feel free to do this sometimes. But anyway, like I said, blowout into the behind the back, then I canceled the behind the back with a snatch back. So essentially that was blowout to the left, behind the back to down diagonal to the right, and then when I saw he was cutting that off a little bit, I hit the snatch back and get back to that left hand, and then as you can see, did another one right there and get over to that right hand, and then he cut me off again, so I just did it again. Hey, I'm here to tell you right now, this is the best a big man's ever been able to move in 2K, hands down, no question about it, in my opinion. The reason I find it so beautiful, if you ask me, is that the simplicity is there as well. You don't have to be some like dribble god to dribble well in this game. You just got to understand the basics, and I'm a guy that loves simple kills, you know what I mean? I do efficient dribbling. I don't really over dribble ever at all. I'm just simply there to do the most efficient way of getting the hoop as possible, because mind you guys, all these clips that you're seeing mostly are on a pure inside. Actually, yes, they all are, essentially. There might be a couple mixed in there, because these are all just dunk clips, essentially. But I was at one time on a pure inside, you know, point center right here, and I eventually put shooting on the build. But, like, look at this. I'm finding ways to get to the hoop efficiently with no ability to shoot the ball, and the whole team knows that I can't shoot the ball as well after like a certain amount of time in the game, and I'm still able to get to the hoop super efficiently. So right here, cross, double cross, boom, canceled it into another cross to just get down to the hoop, like, you know, fast essentially. But this is with two-way tenacity, I just do want to warn you that. But boom, cross into another cross, and it canceled it, and then boom, I do another one right there to just get downhill faster. So hey, like I said, just flick offhand, and then offhand again. That's how you would do, you know, replicate that exact sequence right there. Now look at this, fellas, I'm telling you, I blend a lot of these moves in together, and when you see me do these snatchbacks as well, I feel very comfortable shooting off of them on the new shooting build. If you want to see that, like I said, it was yesterday's video, feel free to check it out after this one. I'll blend a lot more shooting into my dribbling, but a lot of the way that I play already sets up for a lot of good shooting sequences as well. Anyway, as you can see, step back to get into that downhill run. I feel like he's cutting me off toward that left side, so I go with the behind the back again. I'm like, oh, he still has me cut off, so boom, never mind, cancel that and go back to the left. As you can see, we floor him with the bronze ankle assassin. I don't know, man. This one's not a dribble clip. It's just Dre going for a drive, and then I just end up getting a lob right on bro's head right here. So, yeah, I don't know. Besides the point. Like I said, this is my slasher clip cut up. A lot of it is still dribbling, though. Now, if you want to know how to do this right here, because, man, I'm not going to lie, I get kind of jiggy right here with it on this possession. But I want to kind of explain this real quick, because that's what we're here to do, right? So, anyway, you can simply move back with your left stick and flick up one time on your right stick, and it'll just play this animation out for as long as you are holding down on your left stick. So it's going to do that walk back animation, and then eventually I hit the snatch back right here into, then as soon as I get into a downhill run to my left, hit the behind the back, and then again he cuts me off, so I'm just going to kind of keep on resetting it, and as you can see, just getting real surgical with it. So let's let that one play out full speed. Walk back into running downhill into a behind the back, snatch back, do a sig size up to the right, snatch back again, and then poster on the small guy that I was able to get to because I broke down the big man after that. So anyway, right here, I believe I want to kind of break this one down, because when I was watching this back, I didn't even really know how I did this, because it looks like a cross launch, right? Now what I think it was a triple threat move where I flicked to the left on my while holding RT, and it gave me like a big move right there, because you're not supposed to be able to move to your offhand with the honest dribble style, but maybe it was something to do with the triple threat move. But then anyway, I go for the snatchback. This might be a little bit overkill right here. And hey, like I said, I'm going to be rewinding in today's video. I'm here to break things down for you guys and teach you the understandings of stuff like this. If you want to see a mixtape, it'll be coming soon. Hey, they never do great for views, so if y'all hate the pausing, check out the mixtape when I drop it, because it usually does not bang as far as the views go. But anyway, as you can see, once again, getting surgical with the snatchbacks right there. Gold lightning launch always popping up right there. It's such a beaut. Anyway, grab the rebound, pushing it in transition, go for the self lob. Again, nothing crazy for the dribbling or anything like that. Sometimes you can just simply sprint up the court, to be real with you. And sometimes it's as simple as hit one move. Like, dude, that crossover that I just hit right there could have easily got past my guy. They had one go AFK at the end, so don't worry about it too much. But anyway, once again, trying to get surgical with it, figure out how to get downhill without the ability to shoot at all. And as you can see, we find like the opening, the slight little crease right here off just running left. And then as soon as I see he's cutting that off a little bit, hit that downhill behind the back right away. Down diagonal to the right there. And boom, we get him on my back hip because he was playing a little bit too high. And there we go. Right into the dunk meter. Hey, I've been doing this stuff for years, fellas. Like, it truly is my style, you know? So, like, when I find a game like this that actually is beautiful when it comes to the big man dribbling, and all three of those sigs between the step back, the crossover, and the behind the back are good, this is my heaven right here. Like, I'm truly having so much fun playing this. Anyway, once again, downhill dribbling. We got the crossover into a big behind the back. So when you do moves in succession, it'll be stuff like this, right? It's like I showed you guys earlier with the hezzy into the behind the back. Like when the ball's in my left hand and I told you to flick to the left, then down diagonal. In this case, the crossover was close enough in succession where crossover into big behind the back into regular behind the back as well. It can get interesting, fellas. It really can. And then another step back just blows him back, and we get him like on an ankle breaker into the poster right there. And again, I really do want to stress to you guys, this is a pure inside that you're watching right now, but truly, like a lot of these clips, there are jump shots available if you have shooting on the build, and I have retooled it obviously with shooting on the build. Right there, a little bit of an escape move. We could detail this, but I don't do it a ton, so just be warned that it's not something that's crazy in my repertoire. But escape move right here, that's that Kevin Durant. Sometimes you can run to the ball hand, however, the problem is that the snatchback just makes you move faster to that new ball hand anyway. So you won't see me do this often, especially now. I'm a lot more labbed up right now than I was in some of these clips, but yeah, I don't really know if that's necessary so much. Anyway, like, fellas, can we talk about this though? I mean, in this clip that you're gonna see right here, I hit one tween, no takeover or anything like that. This is literally just 69 speed with ball, 68, whatever it was, and then boom, one tween, we're gone. Now for the tween, you're gonna flick a little bit more like down diagonal, but not like really down diagonal. I feel like it's like, Alright, I just had to sit here and like actually get my controller out because I wanted to make sure I knew what I was talking about to you guys. So the way I'd explain this, right, is if you're doing a crossover, you want to hit it to 3 o'clock right here. You want to flick it directly to the right as much as possible. Then if you're doing a tween, you want to hit it more to like 4 o'clock where it's a little bit more down diagonal. And then the behind the back is more like 5 o'clock where it's like just about all the way down but just slightly more. So behind the back and tween get a little bit tied up together in terms of their like proximity, but I don't really find myself ever doing them on accident between the two of each other. So yeah, I don't know. If there's one thing I mess up between them a little bit, it's doing the tween and the crossover. Sometimes I accidentally, you know, just because those are also like pretty close proximity. But hey, right there, once again, crossover. I go for the meter dunk, but really think that it wasn't a great take. So I go with the acrobat straight away just instead. And I think that also went pretty well right there. But anyway, once again, hit him with that MIDI ISO. Look at this stuff. The dudes know I can't shoot, bro. And like, if y'all tell him to sit paint, I already have clips as well. And I have like a whole different cut up if you really want. I have like, you know, a whole clip list of me doing floaters on people just leaving me wide open as well. I might even show it to you as well, because I know there's some people that are going to be hating on it and, you know, like skeptical. But I don't know, whatever. Screw them, bro. They don't know what they're talking about. I'll be real with you. I'm very confident in myself as a player on this game right now. And I'm here to tell you right now that if you think there is an answer, there hasn't been. I'm like serious. If I was on appearance side, the floater's wide open if you sit paint. If you are a big man that's just trying to guard me, it's as simple as that. You're too slow. And if you were sitting paint, the floater's free. If you're not sitting paint, you're not guarding it. If it's a lockdown, hey, you might have my number a little bit. Possibly. But anyway, right here, Hezi into the behind the back, right? I did this as a little bit of a setup. It looked like maybe he would play me. And then boom, as you can see, he did. He played that left hand. What do? Behind the back, right off that. Boom, big behind the back into the meter dunk. Hey, some of it is natural though, I must say. Some of this really is based on your instincts as like playing as a slasher. Now that right there is a little bit of BS, but hey, we make the small meters too sometimes. So, you know, it is what it is. Tween, downhill snatchback right there into just getting downhill with the dunk meter. I mean, that's disgusting too. What can you say, man? I don't know. Right here, blowout dribble. However, as you can see, sometimes a blowout is a little bit slow. So I wouldn't recommend doing it like super consistently. I don't really know what causes it to be like snappy or not. But anyway, once again, crossover. You're going to see I start a lot of possessions with that cross. Boom, hit a nasty small meter right there too. But yeah, I start a lot of possessions with crossovers, especially if because let's be real, fellas, like if you're sprinting to the right, I think I view my like dribbling as like kind of thinking if you're like freestyling running routes in football, if you have the freedom to do so. Like if I'm running right, I just feel like it's natural that he'd be chasing my right there. Like I have an opening right here, so I'm assuming that he sees that opening, so I'm trying to counter him seeing that opening, so I go for the crossover right there. Now the second cross right here is just to split the difference between these two players. You'll see me do stuff like this with hop dunks as well in future clips that we have. It's just, fellas, I have 35 minutes worth of like clips and stuff like that, and I wanted to focus today on dribbling. So trust me, there's way more to be shown. If you want to check it out, it'll be on the channel in future videos. But for now, all I can really do is detail dribbling because this is going to be a pretty long video. So yeah, we're here to get detailed with this one, and we'll talk about the hop dunks and stuff like that in a future one. We'll talk about the shooting in the previous one that we already did. And yeah, so it's going to be a lot of segmented stuff. But again, big cross, right? That's off the catch. And I just instantly, I want to teach you how to set this up because it actually is going to be very helpful to you. So off the catch, I simply just sprint to the right. Right? And because I'm sprinting to the right, the ball is going to be in my right hand. So as soon as I see him react to it, boom, we just go for that crossover to the left again. And fellas, I cannot stress this enough. The hype beasts of the world are going to be all over that Giannis crossover. Not me. I'm sticking with pro. I would bet like 90% on it. Look at this thing. It's so good. It's literally so good. It just, I don't know. Like I said, the hype beasts are going to be all over that Giannis cross. It's going to be a 65 ball handle requirement, though. So if you are someone that has 65, like a footer, and you don't have the 70, definitely keep that in mind for sure, because it will be the next best. But anyway, tween into cross. So I set up the tween. He's already reacting to my right. You can see it. Boom. He does. There we go. We snap into it, and then I go into that dead zone meter dunk. As you can see, this was something I'm doing consistently on this pier inside. Instead of just jamming into the hoop as quick as I can, you're looking for the creases in this, like, you know, paint defense area. And then I like I kind of slingshot through this, right? And it's intentional though, I'm telling you guys. Like I did this stuff back in 24 as well, where you want to like find those creases in the defense as far as where the opening is into that dead zone for the meter dunk and just kind of use it that way. anyway, cross into behind the back, nasty meter dunk. That wasn't necessarily dribbling getting me open right there. That was literally just like banging out like as a slasher with my build kind of bailing me out. Now sometimes I was getting boxed up, right? But look at this. Well, you can also just zigzag too. I mean, it's pretty nasty for sure. Now, I will say, if you zigzag too many times in a row, it will make you fumble the ball. So if you like change your direction like 3 times in a matter of like 3 seconds or something like that, it does seem like they kind of screw you over and stop you from doing that, just to let you know. But anyway, look at this in Pro-Am too with the speed with ball boost that I was getting. I think I actually didn't even have a custom takeover by this point either. So it was just like +6 or something like that. But yeah, just running the floor entirely. And now I'm running the 5 out with this 6'10", just running point center with 3 locks on the court, so the spacing wasn't even that great either. And then I was playing with a center as the other guy. Look at this. Now, to be fair, I don't know if a lot of the people in the area right there are necessarily in the play. I think a lot of them were probably too late, and as you can tell by the dunk meter, obviously, right? Because it's not even that easy to dunk on people in this game, in my opinion. It's just like if they're late arriving help defenders like this, for instance, then it is, yeah. But like if people are sitting square in the paint, it's not easy to just run right at a guy and like boom on him. But yeah, as you can see, hitting the Pro-Am, once again, crossover, you will find that it's very easy for people to get bumpy with you. So if you were to do a snatchback right now, it's not going to do the snatchback animation. You need to avoid body contact as much as possible if you want to dribble as clean as what I'm doing in these videos, because there will be times where I can't get that animation to pop off if people are on me like super tight still. But anyway, as you can see, it did work out. I did the snatchback in the left hand, boom, hit the escape move into the big behind the back, into the regular behind the back, and there we go, just dicing the defender up. Again, I know a lot of people tell me this, so I don't necessarily need to say it myself, but I do think I am probably the best player in the game at getting open with no shooting. I have this down to a T. I don't even know how many people in the game want to play with no shooting, period. You know, but this is my type of stuff, fellas. Like, I've done this for a long, long time. So a lot of the things that I'm doing here are with big intention. They are massively with intention. Like, look at that, boom. It hit the sig size up instead after doing all that stuff because I felt like my left side was cut off right there. So crossover, he's on me. I don't want to get too aggressive with my dribbling. He backs up, so we're going with that run. Now I just see him reacting to the left, hit the behind the back. I want to reset a little bit because now I see him kind of reeling. So now I have him sized up and he's playing me high. Now we just get down into the defense and boom, there we go with the meter dunk and a late arriving help defender. Big cross into snatchback right there. Dot in the corner because they're over helping like crazy. And guess what? The build's got standing dunk too. So off them O boards, I want to show you this because for you guys out there playing point center, this is going to be nice to know. You get these O boards right here. Watch this defender, right? He's mid-jump. He can't react to the meter dunk in time. You won't be able to block that ever. So the time where the standing dunk meter is good is when, like, you know, it's to counter people off the offensive rebounds. Like, just in terms of, like, taking advantage of the fact that they just jumped. So, anyway, that is all of the clips for the dribbling. I'm going to head into my court real quick just to give you guys some basics. Also, in case you guys didn't know, I'm teaming up with NBA 2K Lab again this year. And like always, they have the best statistical jump shots on their website. Put a ton of time into the labbing of those. And on top of that, have exact visual cues now for those jump shots they recommend to you. So first, they find the exact best jump shots and put them into the data that you can use if you buy the premium. Then, on top of that too, they have the ability to even just practice the jump shot if you don't want to sit in the my court, wait for a ball return, or for that matter, even have to track down your own ball. And if you're not someone that wants to use the most meta jump shot of like the best green window and the absolute fastest, what you can do is plug your controller into your PC and shoot 10 shots of what feels comfortable to you, and they'll recommend you one of the jump shots that they've created as well. And again, this is a huge feature right here, the ability to take one of the custom jump shots they've recommended to you and find the exact release point of it and know exactly when to let go of your button on the controller or when to let go of the ball in your player's hands, obviously. And on top of that too, even do motion style tests, and they've got rankings of a ton of dribble moves. So if you want to check this out, like I said, go to NBA2KLab.com or the link in my description and put code LAKER for your promo code. This is going to save you about $1 per month or up to $2 depending on what length of subscription you decide to get. So when you come over to the website, you can hit the sign up tab, come over to the length of subscription you'd like to sign up for, and then hit register. And then when you do hit register, it'll create a coupon code, and you just are going to put in code LAKER right here if you'd like to as well. Now you guys absolutely feel free to sign up for whatever length of subscription you would like to do, but if you want to help me out, I make a percentage based off of the initial subscription price that you pay. So for instance, if you were to get the monthly, I'd only make a percentage off the $7.99, but if you were to do the yearly, I'd make the percentage off of that. So again, feel free to do whatever you'd like to. I don't want to pressure you any which way, but if you want to help me out just in specific, I'd really appreciate that as well. So I hope y'all enjoying the video. Let's get right back to it, but one last time, if you want to subscribe to the NBA 2K Lab Premium, just use code Laker at checkout for 20% off. Anyway, that's all. Let's get back to the video now. And also, let's give you one quick refresher on like the animations and stuff. I do want to let you guys know that in the next video you see, you might see me absolutely utilize this Julius Randle hop step. So definitely throw this on if you have the ability to do so. It's a 75 layup requirement. It's nasty. It's literally just the most disgusting thing in this game, and people are sleeping on it. And I guess it takes me dropping videos, right, to wake up the community in terms of like what a beast slashers are or point centers are in general in this game. Because I don't know, not a lot of people are doing it right now. So I hope a lot of this inspires you, a lot of you guys, to like pick up on one of these very fun play styles right here, like what we're playing with. But yeah, for the floater, Sabonis, it has insane range and you can do it from the middle of the court very consistently. If you want Bam as well, it's also another good option. This is only toward your dominant hand though. So if my player, for instance, is left-handed, you need to stay toward the left side of the court to utilize this in the best way. But yeah, once again, just a quick refresher for all the dribble moves and stuff like that. Pro, mostly KD if not, and then like, you know, a lot of Giannis dribble style, and then like I said, a lot of pro and KD involved in here. So I do want to let you also know, don't freak out if you get into my court and then you start dribbling different than me and can't speed boost the same way. I just hopped in here one day trying to lab because I had been doing a lot of stuff in the park just in general, and I hadn't really even played in the my court at all to lab things. I was just looking for the way I wanted animations to look, and simple as that. But come to find out, you don't speed boost the same way in the my court. You can see my player is not moving the same way off that step back, and let alone he won't move the same way off of, like, let's say a sig size up into a speed boost. Like, for whatever reason, they just have this Giannis dribble style move differently in some dribble moves. Like, I don't know, when I'm running like instantly off that snatchback, it's not moving the same way as my player normally does in the clips. So just know that some of the stuff I show you here won't be identical to how I'm playing in the game, but I was freaking out about it myself. I was like, did they patch Giannis dribble style? This is insane. No, it's just for some reason the my court's kind of weird. But anyway, let's go over some of the basics, right? So like from the standing position that I'm at right now, if I wanted to get back to the 3-point line, hold back on the left stick, flick up on the right stick. Boom, you're going to do that little walk back right there, and it'll just play that animation out as long as you need. Now, when you get back to a deeper situation like this, now a lot of what you do is going to be set up those snatchbacks and try and like run downhill. And then wherever the defender reacts, like let's say he's on that elbow right there, boom, you want to hit that behind the back to just kind of get away from him. So again, we've already talked about a lot of this stuff, so I guess I should probably just focus on teaching you guys the inputs, right? And again, I've already kind of gone over that too, so let's just be quick with this. So moving to the left and then flick directly to the right on the right stick, boom, that's your crossover. If you want to do combos off of it, you can do that. You can go like cross into big behind the back right there. You just do it directly after. To do the big behind the back, you flick down diagonal to the offhand. Remind you, the offhand will change, aka like, you know, your new offhand is going to be down diagonal to the right here, because if I do that crossover, it's going to be on my left, and then boom, the new one's going down diagonal to the right there. So you got to kind of see a lot of that stuff coming early ahead of time. Now, if you want to do the big behind the back from a standstill position, like we said, flick to the left on your right stick, and then boom, back over to the down diagonal to the right. These are going to be the ways that you set up, like, you know, big moves like that going downhill. You will find it hard to get into like a downhill behind the back off of that. So let's go ahead and do like that hezzy into big behind the back, and then try and do the downhill behind the back. You have to let it play out a little bit. There are some behind the back animations in this game that you can do it directly after, but for this one, I'm gonna show you what it looks like if I try and do it directly after, right? So if I go hezzy big behind the back and then directly do like a downhill behind the back, like I thought I was gonna be moving downhill, it's not gonna do it. However, how you see me do it in some clips is if you do the hezzy into the behind the back from a downhill position, aka if I was already running downhill and I do that hezzy into big behind the back, it's gonna be a moving big behind the back, and then you can do the downhill behind the back directly off it. So it's different from a standstill position than it is a downhill position. Just keep that in mind. It's something to definitely remember. For the breakdown combo, you just hold RT and flick up on the right stick. Like I said, this is going to be something that can maybe get you down in the dead zone. Like if you're standing like right here, for instance, boom, 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 and then you're right here, standing meter dunk, right? Now, I don't know how defenders get in the way of that in this year's game. They might bump you. Bumps are very, like, you know, vulnerable in this game, so just kind of is how it is. If you want to do the KD size up escape, hold RT and flick directly to the left on your right stick right here, aka to your offhand. You can see this has the ability to kind of combo up from a standstill position. You will burn adrenaline doing so, and I don't recommend overdoing this too much, because as you can see, I'm already like blinking on my adrenaline now. So definitely not something you want to really over invest in my opinion. But yeah, it's definitely a decent move. Same with the KD Hezi right here. You can like, you know, get like decent side to side movement off this. It's the same with like the escape, right? If you do too much of it, it's gonna eventually burn your adrenaline. I wouldn't recommend overdoing it too much, but it's still a solid move to blend into your moves and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. Besides that, I mean, like I said, the snatchback, the behind the back, the snatchback again. Just know that there are different snatchback animations. So if you're doing it while sprinting forward and then flicking down right there, it'll do one that is a little bit more hoppy, if you will. And you can still move out of it very good. Like as you can see, this is me moving downhill and doing it each time. And again, my player won't move the exact same way with my dribble style in here for whatever reason, but it's very good. And then just remember though that when you're at a standstill position and do that snatchback, it'll give you a different animation than the one that we're playing out when we are sprinting down court. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind. Besides that, there's like an in and out you can do if you flick up on the right stick with no sprint. I don't do this very often at all though, because it seems kind of hard to speed boost off of. Like if I were to do this and then directly sprint to the left, as you can see, nothing doing there. So I don't really mess around with that too much. But yeah, I mean, besides that, that's just about it, fellas. The only other thing I have left to show you, I think, is the tween. And like I said, that is like a little bit more of like a 4 o'clock thing. So, oh yeah, and you do it with, I believe you do it with no sprint, or at least I do. I let go of my controller when I do this like tween right here. And again, mind you, it's a little bit hard to consistently do for me. I find myself doing crossovers on accident sometimes while doing it. But it's very good for like a quick snappy move, you know, boom, tween, and then you get downhill off that. So, anyway. That's all vid. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all that good stuff. Like always, try this one to 2,000 likes. And if you did enjoy it and you made it to the end, put dribble or put point guard in the comments. Short sports melee through. I once again cannot stress it enough how much I'm in love with this build and in love with the 6'10 in general. Is this not a freak of nature right here? 90 lay, 93 driving dunk, 90 standing dunk, 78 three-pointer, and banging threes for that matter too. Like I'm shooting 68, 69% from three. Okay, I guess 67.5. It's going down a little bit the last couple of runs. I've been out here shooting stupid stuff sometimes too now, like fades and trying to test my limits. So it's inherently making me a little bit of a worse shooter on paper. But yeah, good shooting build overall. Again, like the ability to just absolutely bang out and just move so fast, and I cannot stress this enough, fellas. Once you get that custom takeover and you get the plus 15 speed with ball, whew, it is insane trying to guard something like this. I can't even imagine it myself. But anyway, that's all for vid. Definitely stay tuned for the future ones. I have like so many things. Like I'm looking at my files right now on my desktop. I have like cut-ups of the floaters, the hops. I'm gonna teach you all the things you need to know as a slasher rather than just like, you know, a dribbler necessarily. We got all types of videos coming with like the 99 block lock that we got posted to the channel with like it was like I called it the stretch big stopper. And then, or the 7-4 stopper, I should say. And then some big time defensive tips videos, like for instance, to play lanes with this build with 60 steal rating, how to like properly do that, or how to even just play defense with this build in general of playing very bait heavy defense. You have great physicals and the ability to take up a lot of space. So as an off-ball defender, how to really like take advantage of stuff like that. So all those videos are on the queue list right now for me. By the way, if you're seeing this and a little bit given the ick by the fact that it has 90 offensive rebound, I'm going to specialize in rebounding, and that's what I actually have already done with this. And as you can see, like for instance, I'm getting close to the cap breaker right here. Just need a couple, like 300 more rebounds. And then once I get the second cap breaker, boom, that's 92 rebound for the gold rebound chaser naturally. And you could like +2 it to legend. So I think it's really good. I think it's mostly a park build. I could see myself playing Pro-Am with it as well, or especially rec center for that matter too. Make this at small forward if you want to play with it on rec. I think you could really fit in really well at the 3, maybe even the 4 as well. But if you want to play ones, it depends what you'd like to play against. If you want to play against bigs, if you want to play against guards, make it the power forward if you want to play against bigs. Make it the small forward if you want to play against guards. I'm even considering remaking this at power forward for 1v1 specifically and giving it a ton of interior defense and block, just so I don't have to guard the little tiny, you know, fast point guards, and then I can guard the bigs, and the bigs cannot guard me. Let me tell you guys that much. It is a pain for bigs to guard a build like this because it's so fast. It's literally undefendable if you're like 6'10 and above, in my opinion. You gotta be like the 6'7 through 6'9, and that's just about the only thing that can guard the build, if you ask me. Anyway, that's all video. Hope you all enjoyed. None of that. Take it easy, man. Peace.